Hello and welcome. Welcome to today's amazing How to Live Your Life live masterclass. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. We just have a minute before we're going to get started. I'm going to allow everyone to join. So while you're popping in here, please, 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 in the chat box, tell us your name, where you're from, and why you are here, what you are most excited to learn today in the masterclass. Love to hear from you while we get started. It's so exciting to welcome people from everywhere, and it's just, yay, we're all here together. Let's see what's going off in the chat box. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you where I'm from. My name is Paul, y'all know that. I'm from San Diego, and I am so excited to learn all about you. So let me know in the chat box where you're from, what your name is, and why you are excited to be here. Canada! Yes. Self-love. Start the self-love. I don't know what it is with me and Canadians, but I love Canadians the most. Steph, you're one of my favorite people. Hey, Shauna, welcome. Okay. We're just gonna probably give people around 1 to 2 more minutes. I promise I won't take up too much of your time. We're probably gonna get through this in around, I'd say 45 minutes or so. So I hope that you have your pad of paper and pencil ready. If not, maybe you can just jot down some stuff on the notes in your computer. I am gonna ask you to get super, super present. And Amanda, Calgary, more Canadians. Reggie, Arizona, yes. Pasadena, love me some Pasadena. This is amazing. Okay, everyone, I'm so excited for everyone to be here. And New Jersey, yes, stop blaming yourself. Take full, Christy, Erica, welcome to the self-love party. This is so cool. Okay, so we're gonna start in 1 minute. So just allowing everyone to introduce themselves. This is so exciting. Okay. Just dance to the music in my head, you know? Yeah, let's do this. All right. If you're just joining us, please make sure to introduce yourself in the chat box. Make sure to share with us who you are, where you're from, and what you're most excited about to be here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, lots of Canadians here today. This is exciting. All right, we're gonna get this party started right now. So I'm gonna share my screen. And here we are. Okay, so welcome to the How to Live the Life of Your Dreams Masterclass. I'm your boy, Paul Fishman, self-love coach, you do you activist, here on this planet to empower and inspire humanity to love unconditionally. And I do this via my social media channels, via my one-on-one coaching, my group coaching, and also opportunities just like this to spend some time with all of you learning and loving. So I'm just so excited to be here. And most importantly, I want to give you all the opportunity right here and now to just take a deep breath in. Get rid of all expectations. Get rid of all expectations, because here's the thing about self-love. It's super individualized. And I want to remind you that I wasn't always at this place. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my journey. But right now, I'm feeling a little nervous. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I have all my friends from Canada here, or if it's just like, I'm just really, really nervous. So I'm curious, would you be willing to have like a little dance party to like kind of loosen up before we get started? Is that something you'd be into? Let me know in the chat box, because I might need to enlist some help for this. So Yeah, okay, we're just gonna do it. Okay, like we're back. Oh, you, sir.
Wait, yeah?
Would you be willing to lead us in like a little dance break? I'm feeling super nervous.
Yeah, totally. Would you prefer that I maybe freestyle rap for you?
No. We just want like a little dance party break, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Would you mind putting on my favorite song, though?
Yes, I got you, boo. Here we go.
I would do anything just to get you back again.
So whenever I'm feeling nervous,
I would do anything.
whenever I'm feeling out of my body, I'm scared of the unknown.
No, I'm not innocent.
I love to move.
You deserve a better
I
man.
don't know about you,
But let me just hold your hand.
but I just like to
once
stop
more.
and feel the music.
Ooh, I wanna take you out.
So if you're feeling
show you what
scared
I'm all
of the unknown, if you're feeling like you don't know what's coming,
Make up for what we
okay.
lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna
You are not alone, baby.
I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin. Cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him.
Just feel the music. Get back into your body. Don't let your mind take
We're still
over.
sleeping in my head.
Let's dance. Okay. Get it. Wow, that was really fun.
Yeah.
All right, is that all you need? Hope you're feeling less nervous.
Thank you.
Enjoy your masterclass.
Bye. Wow. That was so good. I'm so grateful for all of you just allowing me to move and get centered, because nerves are a thing, man. They hit us hard, and it feels good to dance a little bit. So now is your time. If you are still scrolling on your cell phone, if you are still just like attached to that whole technology stuff, I want you to consciously put down your phone. If you want to take one more picture of us here for Instagram, share it. Make sure to tag me at Paul Fishman. Tell everyone that you are learning about self-love. Share the self-love message, because this community is brighter because of you and you sharing the message. So now's your last chance to get rid of all of that technology. Say goodbye to your phone. Please commit to yourself, and make sure you've got a pad of paper and pen so that you can take some notes, because we are going to jump right into it. Why are you still scrolling? Bye phone, bye Instagram, see you never. Okay, let's hop into it. So I want you to stick around for the entire class, because I'm going to be teaching the entire time and sharing a lot of awesome stories about myself, about some clients I've worked with, and so much more. So stick around for the goods. So the primary purpose today is I am going to share with you how to define your truth. And your truth is really equal to your purpose. So basically, when we learn how to love ourselves unconditionally, no matter what, we are able to step into our best life. And living the life of your dreams is so much closer than you feel and think that it is, because you are avoiding the fact that you are in complete control of everything. So today, over the next 45 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to define your purpose with some very, very, very simple everyday things that you can do. So before we hop in, this masterclass is for the person who is sick and tired of excuses, wants to say bye to excuses, ready to start living their life. For the person who wants to just let their light shine to like the umpteenth degree and just wants to be a light in this world. And the person who is ready to wake up every single day feeling like they are 100% willing and ready to live the life of their dreams. So I have a feeling that this is you. However, if it is not you, if you are going to roll your eyes at the idea of manifestation, of journaling, of community, then you know what? I'm just going to have a little Ariana Grande moment with you, because thank you. Next, we won't be upset to see you go, but believe me when I say this, you need to be committed to looking within and loving yourself. Oh, And also, if you are going to roll your eyes at the end when I invite you to join my self-love community, you know what? This might be the time for you to peace out as well. But stick around because I've got lots of good stuff to share with you. And also no shame in your game. Like we will always have Instagram together. I cannot wait to get going. So I want you to commit to yourself right now. You're here. You've taken time out of your day. You've carved out time in your day. Commit to yourself. I have a feeling you are here because it has been too long dealing with the anxiety, too long living your life in fear of what other people are going to think of you, too long trying to decide what is right for you because you're living in the truth that the expectations of what people thinking of you is your reality. So basically, you are here because it's been too long for you to be able to say, I am fully comfortable and confident being me. That's why you're here. I want you to know that all of those things, living the life of your dreams, living anxiety-free, giving yourself permission to be okay with where you are worth it. You are worth it. And do not forget that. I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story about Beth. Now, Beth came to me dealing with a lot of the same things that most of you are experiencing today. So lack of self-love, anxiety, fear of failure, fear of success. She had just gone through this massive transformation, but she didn't feel supported. She kept on externally blaming all of her friends for not supporting her, not celebrating her. She kept on saying, my family doesn't support me enough. And the real thing is that when we got her to start thinking about how she needed to support herself, well, this is what happened when she started thinking about telling her friends about her journey.
Oh my gosh, we're so happy for you. We're so proud of you for taking these steps, and you don't even know your self-worth, and we're so happy that someone is going to be there by your side encouraging you to see that. And it was just very kind of just took my breath away to just see the support of my friends and basically my sisters. And they ask me about it all the time, and they've commented on the progress that I've made. And so it was just humbling and just to have their support. It was something I never expected, but they were right there with me the whole way. So it's amazing.
So before we move on to the next slide, I just want to remind you that the only thing that changed was Beth started supporting herself emotionally, mentally, spiritually. She always had the support of her family and friends, but it was a lot easier for her to point fingers out and externally blame factors she couldn't control than looking within. So what about Andy? Andy also came to me kind of dealing with the same type of stuff, but he had poverty mindset within his business. He feared that no one was going to trust him with their money, and no one was going to allow him to bring his gifts, his talents into their world. So the interesting thing about Andy is that the second that he started really realizing that he had complete control over that inner dialogue, that is when the real shift happened. And you know what was the most foundational, important thing that he gave himself permission to do? He gave himself the freedom to say no to things that no longer served him up. So within his business, he was able to stop doing the things that didn't serve him, stop saying yes to things he innately did not want to do. And it's very, very important to know that that is what self-love is. The freedom to say no to things that no longer serve you up, whether they are the expectations of other people, whether they are things that you are doing in your everyday life that you no longer want to do. You can have the freedom to say no. You just have to do the techniques. So what about your boy? What about me? If you don't know much about me, I have been in your shoes, and guess what? I am human, so I end up in your shoes every single day because it is a constant journey, a constant battle to sit with our minds. So this was me, and I was a people pleaser. I was a people pleaser through and through. I sacrificed myself so deeply so that I could please other people that I developed some emotional eating, gained around 75 pounds, and found myself in massive financial crisis due to the cycle of emotionally eating and then wanting to make myself feel better by shopping. So all of this led to me just being really, really unhappy. And finally, I had to say goodbye to my living situation. I was living in New York. I had to leave. I had to quit my job. I had to move back home because it got so bad. And I'm so grateful that I was able to be at that place. But at the same time, I'm so empowered to share where I was so you don't ever have to get to that place. And that's my true calling here. So I want to remind you, and if no one has said this to you before, this is something that you need to know. You are worth it. Whatever it is, you are worth it. Your dreams, your career, your relationship, you are worth it. And you deserve it. You show up every single day doing the things that you do best. And that is so important to know. You are worth it. You deserve it. And you are not alone. Remember what I just told you. You are not alone in this. You are here because you know that there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to free yourself of the anxiety. There's got to be a way to free yourself from the crippling fear of what others are going to think of you, right? Well, guess what? I'm here to give you my self-love strategy. And these are 3 things that I do every single day to deal with fear, to deal with making my dreams a reality, and most importantly, to manifest self-love every single day. So this is where your pen and paper are going to get super handy, but I'm also going to ask you to answer my next question in the chat box, okay? So first step, are you ready? Write it down. I am grateful for. A gratitude practice. I know you've heard of it before, but it's so important. A gratitude practice sets your day up for a feeling of just awesomeness. It makes you understand that you have so much to be grateful for. Instead of dwelling on the things we don't have, what would happen if we flipped the script and we dwelled on the things that we did have and loved them so much? So I want you in the chat box to write down what you are grateful for today and do your best, extra challenge, to write something you're grateful for about yourself, not something external, right? So I'm going to join you here in the chat box here. I'm going to share what I am grateful for today. I am grateful for. Yes, I'm grateful for my willingness to continue on. I'm grateful for good health. Yes, Zena, I'm grateful for taking the first steps to love myself. I know it's scary, it's terrifying, but guess what? You are worth it. Continue sharing, continue sharing. I am so proud of you for stepping out of your fear and reminding yourself that you are worth being grateful for something. Let's see what else is happening here. I'm grateful that I took the step to sign up for this and get on the right path. I'm grateful for my education, health, friends, and family. I love this. I'm grateful for another day on earth. A new mommy group meetup today. To accepting your gift. Yes, Dawn, love that. Shauna, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Thank you, all of you, so much for sharing. So, next step, and this is really what I do to make sure that my dreams become my reality. I write down my dreams if they already exist. I'll say that again. I write down my dreams as if they already exist. And yep, I'm going to have you do this in the chat box again, because this is the scary part, but we are here for you. This is a community. All of us came together today to learn about self-love. So remember, you are not alone in this. Write down your dreams as if they already exist. So for example, my dream, I am so grateful that I get to support thousands of people every single day learning how to love themselves, and I get to make a living doing it. That is my dream. And I write it down every single day as if it already exists. So I want you to write down your dream, whatever it is. Like, I am so grateful that I do not suffer from anxiety anymore. Or I am so grateful that I have the relationship that I know I deserve with my boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other. Write it down, step through the fear. I'm so proud of you. And yes, I will join you in this. Oh, Zena, that's so sweet. I am so excited. Be a leader in the self-love space. And I heal so many people every single. Yes, Kurt. Yes, you get to be a mom. I love that. That's so beautiful. It is such a blessing. Oh, doesn't that feel good to release all the things? Oh, yes, yes. Ooh, this is so good. Shauna, beautiful. Natalie. Uh-huh. How does it feel? How does it feel to move into that? So the next step, because here we are battling with the fear of even typing out these things that we truly, truly want as if they already exist, right? We're battling with this. So my question for you, final thing that I ask myself, especially when fear hits me and this feeling of unworthiness and lack of deserving, what's the worst thing that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? I'll give you an example from my life. A couple of days ago, I was asked to be a moderator on a panel about body love and self-love. And I'm really excited because I love being out talking to people. And just by me writing down healing and supporting and a leader in the self-love space, I am able to manifest these types of things. However, I wasn't clear that I needed to make sure that I was getting compensated for these things. Because listen, I know that I have so much to offer, but I also know that Papa's got to make a living, right? I have to make money. I would love to be able to do this as a service for free for everyone, but it's just not realistic. So I agreed to do this moderation without asking about money. And then they just assumed that it was going to be a free thing. And they then made it very clear that it was just for exposure. However, I wasn't feeling right in my body about it. So I said, okay, Paul, what do you need? Let's go back to the statement that you made about your dreams already being a reality. What did I need? Okay, so I needed some sort of energetic exchange with money. So I sent a message and I said, hey, 2019 is a year of me asking. I would love, love, love to just ask you to hold space for my request. I'm in regardless, but I would really appreciate it if you would be willing to send some sort of energetic exchange financially to me, whether it's $20, $5, or even just $1. It would help me move towards my goal of manifesting this type of life. And before I played this out and before I sent the message, I said, okay, so what's the worst that could happen? Well, they could say no. And guess what? They said no, but I'd already prepared myself. To move through it and feel it. Because for me, the feelings that happen in our mind are a lot more painful than the reality, you know? So this is the tool that I'm going to give you when you are experiencing anxiety. Write it down. What's the worst that could happen if the story you are telling yourself is actually true? So when everything shifted, as you just heard in that story, I started saying yes to me and no to the person I thought others wanted me to be, which was the person who didn't stand up for himself, which was the person that showed up to birthday parties with $300 gifts to acquaintances because he was so scared that others would judge him for who he was. Who was I? I have no idea. And that's the beauty of self-love, right? It's a journey, it's a process. And once we figure it out, we'll realize that the only person we're meant to be is us, right? So I started saying yes to me and no to the person I thought others wanted me to be. But there's another step. And the other step was that I get how scary it is to want to change. You know, I'm right there with you. I understand that it's easier to live in your anxiety. It's terrifying to think, okay, I have to change. I have to do something differently. It's not just going to fix itself with a magic pill or, you know, paying some money to someone. Like, I actually have to do the work. That is terrifying because you have to take complete ownership of your life. But I also understand that it is easier to stay stagnant. It's easier to stay in the fear and anxiety. Am I right? Like, it's easier to stay in this crippling feeling that you aren't worthy of anything because, I mean, then you don't have to do any work. You don't have to do any work. And that sounds great, right? I mean, it sounds great, but does it feel great? There's a difference. And then once again, reminding you that you are not alone. I guarantee you that if not 100%, 99% of the people here are feeling just like you right now. And you are not alone in this. So if your mind wanders away from that thought of community, remember, this is a community first. Self-love is supporting yourself and supporting others through it. So, as you have experienced, over the past 9 years, because this journey has been 9 years for me, I have been receiving messages, questions, people saying, Paul, you're glowing, or I can feel your energy through the screen, or what are you doing? Like, I need to know, what is your secret? And it was at that moment that I was like, I have no idea. But what I do know is that the second that I decided to stop people pleasing and to stop living my life for others was the second that everything changed. So with that being said, I started thinking, what have I been doing differently that maybe I can give to others for that support? What have I been doing differently that I can give to others for that support? And then it hit me. The second everything changed is when I gave myself permission to invest in myself. When I said, you know what? I need support. I'm going to hire a personal trainer to lose the weight. You know what? I need support. I'm going to get into therapy to get my mind right. You know what? I need support. I'm going to invest the time to do the homework that I've been assigned by all of these support systems and coaches in my life. That is when everything changed. But most importantly, it's when I actually showed up for myself. Because, I mean, raise your hand if you can relate to this. You've hired a coach, you've hired a therapist, you've hired someone, but something isn't clicking. Something isn't clicking. Yes, Natalie raised her hand. Natalie can relate. Zena can relate. Something isn't working. Eric can relate. Mimosa can relate. Dawn can relate. Everyone is relating. Everyone can relate. You have to actually show up, right? So here's what I know. When you want to make a change, you have to show up. You have to do the homework. You have to participate in the program, right? You have to do it. And you got to commit to the work, AKA loving yourself. So as all of this stuff is moving around in my head, I'm like, okay, I know these things to be true. How can I support as many people as possible doing this and also create a community of people who just want to grow and support and love each other? So it kind of hit me. Reaching your goals is, yes, a very individualized thing. But at the same token, it's all about the people you surround yourself with. So I was thinking, okay, if I can guarantee that people can make their goals a reality if they feel supported, like I felt supported and feel supported by my community, if they feel like they have the tools, and if they are just like willing and able to invest in themselves and show up, then what have I got to lose? So I thought, all right, I am going to create something where I can support as many people as possible to learn how to love themselves. And I'd like to introduce you to Self-Love on Demand. Now, I want to break down the 3 words in this program title because you might not know, but self means individuality. So the thing that the media kind of screws us over with is that they try and tell us that self-love is a one-size-fits-all thing. But the word self in itself is individuality. So what's going to fill me up and make me feel like I love myself is absolutely not what's going to make you feel loved and supported by yourself. And that is where we've gone wrong in society, is trying to fit ourselves into different boxes. And that's where the love comes in, because I want you to know that when you get devoted to yourself, your individuality, you are going to blossom and flourish and realize that you are able to do anything that you put your mind to, AKA live the life of your dreams. And this is where I hit a roadblock because once again, I'm saying, okay, well, I want to teach everyone how to do it. I want to share the way that I did it with everyone, and hopefully that they'll be able to pick pieces out. So I thought, okay, one person might be able to zip through all of this really quick, while another person might take a lot of time, might need to be super gentle. And who am I to decide how you do those things? And that is when it hit me that Self-Love on Demand, where I give you the tools to access 24/7 to learn to love yourself, where you can take it slow, you can take it fast, you can access everything at once, or slow and steady, and continue growing the community. That's my sweet spot. So let me just tell you about Self-Love on Demand and how cool I think this community is. So within Self-Love on Demand, you are going to get the Self-Love on Demand training catalog. So these are live workshops, kind of just like this, but a little more engaged because you get to show up during the live broadcast and actually ask questions. So the Self-Love on Demand training catalog currently has a morning routine training. It has how to practice gratitude. It has how to create goals and achieve them, how to release blame and reframe it, and how to just like build this life centered around love. And the cool thing about Self-Love on Demand training catalog is every month it's growing. So as a member of Self-Love on Demand, you receive all current and future training courses. So the on-demand training catalog is what has happened in the past. And in the future, you will get live trainings with me every single month. So this consists of a new topic every month, and we dive deep. Once a month, we come together for a live in-person training all about something that has to do with personal development with an underlying foundation of self-love. So some things that are in the works are like creating a money mindset, creating the life of your dreams focused on relationship, career. There are so many topics that we can talk about with this foundation of self-love, and I'm really, really excited. So on top of that, you also have the opportunity to apply for one-on-one coaching calls within this programming. And the thing about these one-on-one coaching calls is they're very cool because they happen once a month. And when you apply and get approved, you'll join me for 30 minutes. It'll be on a Zoom call. And the one caveat is that it will be recorded so that we can share it with the rest of the community. And what's really, really powerful about this, and what I love about the one-on-one coaching calls, is that there's this like breakthrough moment once again where you realize that, oh, they are suffering through the same thing that I'm suffering through. Maybe I can learn something from them. And you get to show up and support because it's a live Zoom call just like this. And it's so, so powerful. You also have the Self-Love on Demand meditation corner, which are streamable, beautiful meditations that are currently being uploaded into the online learning dashboard. Right now, there is one about fear that I think is so transformative to help you drop into the fear and then move through it. And I'm so excited to continue developing these streamable meditations on a monthly basis. That's the cool thing about this membership. You get new stuff every single month. And then you get dedicated workbooks and printable mantras. So every single training, after we record it live, I release it in the online demand training catalog with a dedicated workbook for you to print out. It has questions for you to answer. It has journaling prompts. It is chock full of information to help you get on the best page with yourself and on the journey that works for you. So you also have access to the private Facebook group, which I love because we all come together. I have an amazing community manager who I'm going to tell you about in a little bit, who is always asking great questions about your week, getting you engaged, continuing to think about gratitude, love, and light. You can come in for support. We always chat about the current and future trainings, and it's just a really, really great place to create community. So just like here, when we're sharing our gratitudes here on this Zoom call, you're also going to be able to do that in the Facebook community, and it's so beautiful. So on top of that, every week you get an email from me called the Self-Love Letter, which gives you another journaling prompt, another reminder that you are worth it, a mantra that you can read to yourself out loud, and also just updates and happenings within the community. And then finally, you get some giveaways, exclusive self-love swag, and a lot more. So all of this is really, really exciting because it's cool for me to be able to offer this as a place for everyone to come together and learn self-love at their own pace. So once again, I'm going to ask for a hand raise moment. Tell me if you can relate to this. You've tried everything. You feel, oh, I've tried everything. I signed up for this masterclass because I've tried everything. Yes, Cam has tried everything. Well, let me tell you this. Zena tried everything. You've tried almost everything, yeah? But before we dive in, let me tell you about Heather. Heather came to me feeling just like you, that she had tried everything. And she was one of those people, once again, tell me if you can relate, who started something, was really, really into it for around a month, and then would see some success and then fall off. Would start something, see something, and then hit a roadblock, right? The thing about self-love, it is a consistent journey. And I also want to remind you that you have to be willing to do the work. So when Heather came to me, she was finally willing and ready to do the work. And that is the real power. So I want to remind you what it's like when you're willing and ready to do the work. And I also want to remind you, once again, that you are worth doing the work. And this is a piece that we tend to lose out on and miss out on. Like, for some reason, we condition ourselves to think that we're not worthy of anything. When did that happen? That we are not worthy of happiness, that we're not worthy of our dreams? Who in their right mind decided that for us? You know, I hate to break it to you, but more often than not, even if it was conditioned at a young age from a parent figure or a teacher or something, you are continuing on with that message in yourself. So I want to share with you some more words from Beth, who joined us. And this is just really, really cool to hear her say these words. And I hope that maybe they resonate with you.
I think sometimes I just didn't feel that I deserved it for whatever reason, that, I didn't work hard enough for it, or I just, in general, just wasn't worthy of it. And I think one of the big things was that, I didn't deserve to be happy for whatever reason in my head. That's what I was telling myself. Yeah. And I kept saying, it's crazy, or, but I mean, it's not crazy that you want to be happy. And
it's not crazy that you want to be happy. This is my favorite thing that Beth has to remind herself of every single day. I'm not crazy for wanting to be happy, and you aren't crazy for wanting to be happy either. So I want to tell you about Jenna. Jenna came to me with that feeling of unworthiness, but she also came to me terrified to make any type of financial investment into herself, terrified because she wasn't worth it. So I asked her these questions, and I want you to think about these questions. Can you afford to continue living in fear? Can you afford to continue not being able to love yourself unconditionally? Seriously, ask yourself, can I afford that? Can you afford to continue sacrificing yourself for others? Can you? Well, Jenna decided she couldn't afford to do those things anymore. And she joined me in this community and flourished so beautifully that I recognized her as a leader in the community and asked her to come on as my Facebook community manager. So if you join us, you will meet Jenna and you will see the light that she is now, and hopefully she'll be able to inspire you to continue doing the work. Because remember, it doesn't happen without the work. So you're probably wondering, okay, how much does it cost for me to join Self-Love on Demand? And I want to share with you, I want to share the analogy of back when I got a personal trainer, right? I want a can you relate moment. Raise your hand. How many of you have a gym membership that you pay monthly but you don't use? How many of you have a gym membership that you pay monthly but you don't use, right? So you have to invest in a personal trainer, right? If you know that you need that, And that's kind of what Self-Love on Demand is. It's like this cute little gym that we all come together, but there's a little added investment because you've got your personal trainer, Paul, here ready to hold you accountable. And also you get the cool kick-ass community, kind of like if we were comparing it to like Self-Love CrossFit. You know how CrossFit people are like die hard, all about their community? That's what it is, Self-Love CrossFit. So I want to remind you of everything that you get within Self-Love on Demand. The Self-Love on Demand training catalog, all current and future training courses as long as you're a member, live trainings with me every month, application to one-on-one calls, streamable meditations, dedicated workbooks and printable mantras, private Facebook group, the weekly self-love letter, and access to giveaways, exclusive self-love swag, and hopefully a live event at some point. Now, if you were to purchase all of these things one-off from my website or want to do a one-on-one coaching call with me, all of this stuff coming together, if I kind of did like some quick math, it would cost you upwards of $5,000 because listen, my time is valuable and your time is valuable, but also all of these things I'm giving you, they are priceless really. But this is the exciting thing for me. Because I've created this community, I am able to offer all of this to you for just $64 a month. That's it. That's your entire investment to have all of those things together. And it's very, very exciting to me to be able to offer this at what I feel is an accessible price point for most people. Because if you're thinking, okay, I can't do it, Paul, I can't do it. Well, first things first, remember you are worth it and you deserve it. And secondly, I want to remind you that right here and now is your opportunity to flip the script from unworthiness to worthiness, to not deserving to deserving, and see if there is something that you can shift around in your mindset, in your life to make this work. Because if you commit yourself today and decide, I'm going to do it, I'm going to make this work, and you invest in yourself, you give yourself permission to dive into the trainings, to get active in the community, to connect with people who are going to support you. You know, just like earlier when we were talking, someone shared that they're grateful for the mommy play group that they are connecting with, right? Like that is just like this, just like this. So you have a couple of options if you're like, Paul, I'm not into the whole pay monthly programming. You can pay monthly for $64. Or if you want, you can also have one annual payment of $640. You're going to receive a 2 months free to the community and a welcome gift from me straight to your mailbox. Oh yeah, straight from me. And if you're thinking, okay, Paul, that feels like a lot, but I would love to do this, you can also consider using PayPal financing to split that $640 annual payment up over 6 months. So to do that, all you have to do is head to the checkout page when I share it, and you are going to go to pay with PayPal. And then when it populates the PayPal screen, there's an apply for PayPal financing, which is for, unfortunately, only US citizens right now. However, it is growing, expanding, and that is just another option for you to find out a way to make this work. So I want to remind you that Beth Andy, Heather, Jenna, they were all like you. They were all terrified to say yes to themselves. But guess what happened when they did say yes? They landed in this masterclass. They landed in this feeling of love and support and just joy. And they are telling their stories and inspiring people to just live their best life. So once again, I want you to know that if you show up, if you commit to the work, if you do the homework, and you actively engage in this community, you will reach your goals. That is what I can guarantee. I can guarantee that you will reach your goals as long as you are participating, showing up, doing the work, and being the best version of you. So, just a reminder, this is all you get. It's just $64 a month. And as an extra bonus, after your first month, I'm going to unlock my Feel Your Food Emotional Eating mini course. And this is going to give you some really powerful tools to help step through this connection of food that we have when it comes to fear and just emotionally eating. So if not one or all of you suffer from some sort of emotional eating or binging or things like that, you are not alone. This was such a requested course that I'm giving it to you free when you sign up today and give yourself permission. So with that being said, all you have to do to join is go to selfloveondemand.com. I'm going to leave it in the chat box for you to join me today. Self-Love on Demand. Yeah. So selfloveondemand.com. Go there. Choose the payment plan for you. On the landing page, there are some other things that you can explore if you have questions, if you want a more detailed understanding of what is happening. But please know that I'm not able to just keep the doors open for this 24/7. It doesn't work that way. Just because it's Self-Love on Demand doesn't mean that there isn't a self-love right now moment. So you have, from right now, you have till the end of today to sign up for Self-Love on Demand before the doors close, and you're going to have to wait till later this year to sign up again. Yes, I keep my community limited to people who are ready for action takers. So with that being said, I'm so freaking impressed and excited for all of you for being here, for knowing that you are worth it and you deserve it and you are not alone. I'm going to exit this share. I'm going to pop back here, but do not hesitate if you are ready to do this right now, because believe me, a month from now, when you have gone through some of the trainings, when you've participated in a live broadcast, you are going to say, wow, remember that time when I was so terrified to make an investment in myself and I finally did it? Remember that time? Yes, trust in yourself, know that you are worth it, know that you deserve it, and most importantly, that you are not alone. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you inside Self-Love on Demand. Thank you, Shauna, for being here, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.